Okay, so I was in Victoria's Secret on my lunch break one day because, I work downtown and Victoria's Secret had, well, actually Pink had $3 panties that day. So obviously I went to go grab a bunch of panties. Now, let me give you some context. When I went into the store, I was not wearing a purse. I didn't have any bags. I was just literally wearing a dress because, again, I'm coming from work. I had my cards in my bra and that's all I had on me. So I'm shopping. I have about 8 or 9 pair, and fast forward, I'm walking down the stairs, leaving Pink with my bag of panties, headed out the storefront to go back outside. This store has like a foyer between the store and the outside. So when I get to right off the escalator, I see that a security guard is staring directly at me. No matter. I walk out, I start walking out towards the storefront, and when I get in the foyer, or when I get closer to the foyer, I notice that the guard has stood in the middle of it, like he's blocking my exit. And I was like, excuse me, excuse me. And he's like, can I see your receipt? And I was like, yeah. So I start searching in my bag for my receipt, and I'm like, are you checking everybody's bag like this? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I can believe that they're checking receipts for $3 panties. Like, maybe that's the case. So I'm looking for my receipt, and because of the person that I am, I didn't know this, but I had dropped it. I dropped it from the cashier. Between leaving the cashier and getting downstairs, I had already lost that receipt. So of course I can't find it. And I'm like, I just had it. And I'm like, clearly I have this bag of panties. Every panty is wrapped up. You know how they wrap it up in the paper or whatever. I'm like, what do you want? You want to go back upstairs and talk to the cashier? And he says yes. And I was like, okay. So he proceeds to escort me. Mind you, this is making a huge scene because, again, we're in the foyer where everybody inside can see out to what we're doing and everybody outside can see into what we're doing. So people are starting to gather around, and he walks me back upstairs, and at this point I'm getting heated. I'm like, so you've been doing this all day with everybody? He's like, yeah. I was like, so if I came back downstairs after this and watch you, you're gonna stop every person who comes to the door? And he's like, yeah, me and my partner have been doing it. I was like, okay. So this is a long escalator ride, so that's why I'm asking so many questions. But then I see, what I notice when we go upstairs is that there's another security guard who kind of runs off. So I was like, okay, I'll ask him when I see him again. Anyway, we get up the escalator, and what do I see as soon as we get off? On the floor, it's my receipt. So I'm like, here, this is my receipt. This is my receipt right here. And he goes, okay. He takes the receipt, he looks at it, and then he's like, give me your bag. I give him my bag. And what he does, in the middle of the store upstairs, he doesn't take me to a corner, he doesn't take me behind, nowhere. In the middle of the store, he proceeds to take out every single pair of panties out of my bag and match them up with the receipt. In the middle of the store. When he's finished counting and he sees that all my panties are all on the receipt, he gives it back, he puts them back in the bag, he gives me the bag and the receipt, and he goes, okay, thank you. And he proceeds to walk off, like to head back downstairs. But I have more questions, so I'm following him. I'm like, I'm gonna come downstairs and I'm gonna watch you because today I got time. And as it so happens, on my way down the escalator, that other security guard who ran off was running up to come find us, because I was like, when I saw him, we were going down, he was coming up. I was like, excuse me. I was like, have you guys been checking bags and receipts and counting panties all day? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, interesting. So I wait on the bottom of the escalators for him, and he circles back down and comes to talk to me. And at this point, the security guard who stops me initially goes back to the front to continue waiting. So while myself and the other security guard are sitting there and I'm debriefing, basically telling him what the hell just happened to me, He's like, that is completely out of protocol. That is not what we do. I saw him take you upstairs, and at that point I went to call the manager, and I was like, okay, I super appreciated that. I'm like, I'm so happy to hear that somebody here could tell that that was inappropriate. But mind you, all this time while we're talking, I'm seeing the original security guard in the foyer, and he's not stopping anybody who walks past. Nobody. So the manager comes to join us, me, the good security guard, and she is then debriefed on everything that happened, and she's mortified. She's like, I can't believe that, you know, this is completely unacceptable. Please tell me whatever it is that I can do to make it up for you, like, let me know. They both assure me that that security guard is out of line, that he will be taken care of. I'm like, cool. I'm assuming he'll get like suspended for a week or something, whatever. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take my panties and I just wanna leave. Like, but please make sure that y'all train y'all staff not to do stuff like that. It's inappropriate, and you can see how this looks because nobody else in here looks like me, like he stopped no one else in here. So I'm like, I'm just gonna leave with my panties, and I walk out of the door. And when I get to, from like literally walking out of the door, getting to the end of the block, I was just like, I can't keep these panties. These are oppression panties. Like, these are racist panties. These are profiling panties. I can't, every time I put them on, that's what I'm gonna think about. So I go back to the store and I'm just like, I changed my mind. I find the good security guard, because the security guard who stopped me is no longer there. I forgot to mention, on my way walking out of the store, I saw the manager go grab the security guard who stopped me the first time. She's like, come here. I was like, yeah, I'm in trouble. But yeah, I walked back in and I'm like, hey, I don't want these panties. I can't keep them. And he was like, honestly, I would probably do the same thing. We're going to get you your refund immediately. And I was like, okay, thank you. And we went, he followed me to the cashier. He told the cashier what was going on. He got me my money back. And he very candidly at that point told me, like, you know, again, I'm so sorry this happened. The guy already got fired. He's not coming back here anymore. And to make matters worse, today was his first day. That was his first day on the job. And he had told me, the good security guard told me that he had already told that guy, that's not how we do things. That's not our procedure. You can't stop people like that unless an alarm goes off. And even when an alarm goes off, you aren't to assume that they stole something. You're to check and say, hey, let me see if there's still a tag on anything. Can I get that off? So I did feel a little bad. I'm like, damn, you know, I hate to be the reason that people are like, you know, not able to feed themselves, but at the same time, there has to be some consequence. And if you were just told, literally just told not to do that type of stuff, and you literally become like top flight security of Victoria's Secret, then you just got me fucked up and you gotta lose a job, period.